This is past 25 highlights from the mini symposium. Here we have John Garcia. You organized the symposium Advancing Medical AI from Task-Specific Models to Reliable and Scalable Clinical AI Agents. What was this mini symposium about?
Well, this mini symposium basically was in finding the main challenges and the solutions to provide the bridge between the research and clinical practices. Basically, we want to make this bridge in 4 layers, like from the infrastructure level, how we can create or setting up a small high-performance computing that we can put inside the hospitals. Then the next discussion is how we can catalog the data, anonymize the data from coming from the hospital, how we standardize that data, and in the 3rd layer, how we can also train the AI models need for the clinical task. And the questions was, okay, we are going to make that inside the hospital, we are make it in partnership with the National Center laboratories, how these collaborations can make run, and in the 4th layer is how we can make the web interface, make it that easy that the clinicians can use and is according to the clinical workflow, not that we are adding more
and sure,
effort.
you don't want the medical doctors also to have a PhD in computer science in order to do their job. That's clear. So what were the main highlights or take-home message for you?
Yeah, I guess we are in an exciting moment. We are in the transition phase between the classical deep learning methods to these generative AIs. And we had 3 fantastic presentations, and each one present the different alternatives in different domains. One is from the clinical practice evidence, how they can introduce these large language models to accelerate the workflow, to review the papers, and to find the best practice to include in the clinical part. Also, the second the presentation was more related to the infrastructure. Yeah, how we can do this bridge, and and also put an interesting topic is how we can also bridge between the urban infrastructure to the farmer areas. And the last topic was more directly inside of the hospitals, working in this agentic AI, how we can orchestrate those ones.
So from what you are saying, telling me, I see that there was a lot of interesting discussion and a lot of enthusiasm. So, but do not lose the momentum that you have gained here at the past conference. Have you thought of the possible next steps?
Right, yeah. Something that surprised for us in PATS 2025 was that in this mini symposium was to see some medical doctors at the room. Also, now we had this synergy, the discussion was good, and as you mentioned, there is a lot to do. Yeah. There is many blocks that we can still work in, and in terms of evaluation of those agentic AIs, standardizations, and make this human in the loop more easy for those.
So this is very interesting. I hope to hear the follow-up next year at PAS 26. So thank you very much for joining us, and thank you.
Thank you.